Welcome back. Our final community conversation today is with Sarah Cooperman, Executive Director of the Rockfish Wildlife Sanctuary, as we talk about an animal that perhaps we don't have the most positive thoughts about, generally speaking.
Unfortunately.
But over the weekend, Saturday, was International Vulture Awareness Day.
Woo!
And so I'll ask on behalf of our viewing public, why should we celebrate these birds?
Vultures are magnificent. And if you don't believe me, I'll ask, would you like to spend your weekend scraping up dead critters in the forest?
Not again.
Probably. So, vultures are nature's cleanup crew. The 23 species of vultures around the world do incredible work for our ecosystems. In fact, something that is really gross and decomposing, like a dead animal, will take 4 times as long to decompose without a vulture's assistance. So they get not only those less than savory things out of our ecosystems, but they also clear a lot of possible pathogens and bacteria that might be hanging out in those carcasses out of the ecosystem as well. So they are just incredible members of our ecological systems.
All right, so we need to have those thoughts we've had corrected a little bit.
Yes.
What conservation challenges, though, do they face?
Yeah, vultures around the world face a really complex web of conservation challenges, like a lot of animals, unfortunately. The largest being habitat loss and honestly persecution. So in many countries it's legal to shoot vultures or to poison them, but even here in Virginia they face things like lead toxicosis, so lead poisoning basically from lead ammunition, as well as habitat loss. So there's a complex series of issues that they deal with.
So it sounds like from what you're saying that perhaps vultures are misunderstood a little bit.
They sure are, and with 70% of vultures around the world in decline, it's so important that we help kind of nip those myths that surround them in the bud of them being gross or dirty or noisy. They don't even have voice boxes, so they can't make any real vocalizations. They're incredibly clean animals, so them being bald and having bald legs allows them to clean gunk, let's say, off of themselves more easily, and they're really family oriented. So babies from last year's clutch may actually stick around to help raise babies in the future with their parents, and they really like to roost and commune together.
So they can't get the kids out of the house.
No, out of the tree.
Out of the tree, right? All right, so obviously, excuse me, a lot of misconceptions. Maybe they get a bad rep. How do you guys with Rockfish Wildlife Sanctuary then kind of help spread the good word about vultures?
We get a lot of help from Rosie, our education ambassador black vulture. He was unfortunately kidnapped as a young fledgling and raised illegally by humans who kept him as a pet. So he did imprint on people. That means essentially he thinks he is a person. Now, he couldn't go back to the wilds with that attitude, but he sure could stay on as an ambassador where he helps meet people and touch hearts and help charm people and realize, hey, these birds are actually quite handsome.
And do you find when people kind of get that one-on-one interaction that they do change their thoughts?
We sure do. Yeah, people really fall in love with Rosie, and that means the world to us as we think about conservation.
All right, so how can we all celebrate and support vultures moving forward?
Yes, I mean, Vulture Awareness Day should be every single day in my book. So you can celebrate by, if you have any hunters in your life, urging them to switch from lead ammunition to copper ammunition. You can also sponsor Rosie's care on our website at rockfishwildlifesanctuary.org.
All right, Sarah, good stuff as always.
Thank you.
Aaron?